At IFFI 2019, we have a special curation of silent films with live music, and I'm really privileged to have Johnny Best, who is the live pianist at three of the silent films that are being showcased at this year's IFFI. Johnny, welcome to Goa and at IFFI 2019.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yesterday's performance has been loved by everyone, and tell me about your love for music.
Well, I've been a musician since I was 5 years old, I think 5 or 6 years old. So I've always loved music, and I've always been fascinated by how music is used to tell stories. Music in theatre, music in dance and opera, and film. So and I've spent really my life working in different versions of that. We're working in musical theatre, working in opera, and now coming to silent film. So, to be honest, it's what I'm doing now is all a part of the same thing I've been doing since the very beginning of my.
So, was it music before films or films before music?
Well, they both happened together for me, really. I grew up. I was a child in the late 1970s and then the early 1980s, and it was a great time for children's cinema. So I grew up with great films like Steven Spielberg's E.T. and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, I was 11, I think, when Raiders of the Lost Ark was out. So I fell in love with romantic, dramatic cinema in those sort of days of great children's cinema, really imaginative cinema. And it was also me falling in love with it with how music worked in films. So they really did happen together. I mean, I remember as a kid being really fascinated by the music in E.T. the Extraterrestrial, 1982. 12 years old I was, and it made a huge impact on me. And of course, lots of it is quite similar to a silent film. There's lots of shots of just sort of faces looking in wonder at the spaceship. So no, they both happen together. But it's lovely to have brought them both together now.
And back home, I think you're also doing a lot with silent movies and encouraging youngsters. You're playing the piano alone at the festival, but have you tried collaborating with different musicians, like string instruments along with...
Yes, I do a lot of collaboration. I work with two string players, violinist and a cellist. I work with a great deal. We perform together a lot.
And is that also like ex-tempo, or do you have a plan,
Well, it's improvised. We have a little bit more of a plan than I would if I'm just playing solo, but we don't write anything down. So as a violinist, I play with a lot, and we are just gradually getting to know each other's sort of musical personality. So we can predict each other quite well. So we'll have a little plan for a few sort of style ideas.
And little eye contact, and you say, okay.
Do you know there isn't much eye contact involved? No, you communicate through the sound, because we're all looking at the film, but then we don't look at each other hardly at all. But we're really, really listening.
With sounds.
Yeah, so it's harder mental work to play with other musicians, because you're thinking not just about the film, but also how you're fitting together musically. But it's really rewarding when it gels.
And is it your first time in India?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It's my first time in India, and I've had an amazing time.
Fantastic. We wish you a splendid time, and looking forward to your movie this evening.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.